primitive forms of money. Due to some shortcomings of barter, it's not surprising that primitive versions of money saw the light of the day, and it's worth spending time to do at some of the most common, as many have had an impact that persists until today. Throughout the world, commodities from salt to tobacco have been used as money at various points in history. Natives in part of India used almonds, Guatemalans used corn, the others used berries native of the Nicobar Islands. Stones have been used as money throughout history. The most famous example is probably the stone currency of Yap, a cluster of 10 small islands in the Pacific Ocean. These Yap stones were still being used as money as recently as the mid 1960s. The stones, known as Deception of a Yap Stone, source Barthol's 2007. Here is a picture. Five were codified from Pallium, 260 miles away, or from the even more distant Guam, and were shaped into discs varying from saucer size to vertebral milestone. The larger specimens having hole in the center through which poles could be pushed to help transport them. Despite centuries of at first sporadic and later more permanent trade contacts with the Portuguese, Spanish, German, British, and other, the stone currency retained and even increased its value, particularly as the stone of wealth through of limit use a currency. They were by far the most acceptable form of money to the Yap Islanders. Interestingly, these Yap stones have more recently caused challenges for the government of the state of Yap, as many museum curators have been seeking to acquire such Yap currency specimens to showcase as a specimen of one of the world's earliest form of primitive money. For example, one of the largest such stones stood for decades in the courtyard of the Bank of Canada in Ottawa before being moved to Central Bank's Museum. The wampum as are a traditional shell bead of Native Americans that include white shell beads had fashioned from the North Atlantic challenged well shell and a white and purple beads made from hard-shelled clams. Their full name was Wampumpick, but was typically abbreviated to Wampumpick is the indigenous word of a string of beads, and wampum means white, the most common color of those beads. The calms were harvested in the summer. Their meat consumed at the shell where we have traditional Native American wampums belts on display at the link in Sutton, Ontario, during a presentation by Brian Charles, an off-reserve band member of the Chippewas of Gordon Island. Source public domain. Thank you.